this just got really ugly. You won't believe what happened between Rasheeda Karlie, Yandy, and Kimbella, because it wasn't just a shady side eye or a sloppy Instagram comment. Oh no, it was a full-on, no-holds-barred public attack. And guess what? Yandy was left screaming for help while Kimbella just stood there in complete shock. But wait, how did things get to this point? How did things get so out of control that security had to get involved? Why did Rasheeda and Karlie snap like this? The streets are talking, the internet is buzzing, and from what I'm hearing, this wasn't just a random outburst. The worst part is that there are receipts. Yes, actual receipts. And after you hear what Rasheeda and Karlie said to Yandy and Kimbella, let's just say that friendships and reputations are going to be destroyed. So grab some popcorn because this tea is hot. And believe me when I say that after you hear what really happened, you might never look at these ladies the same way again. Let's get started. Okay, so grab some popcorn and settle in because this is going to be the most chaotic story you've heard all year. I'm talking about full-blown betrayal, screaming matches, and a public humiliation so messy that even the producers of Love and Hip Hop were likely clutching their pearls. I'm not exaggerating when I say that Rasheeda and Karlie Red's attack on Yandy and Kimbella was a savage, well-planned attack. The fallout, honey, is going to get really ugly. But let me explain. The tension between these women has been building for years, and if you've been paying attention, you could have seen the warning signs. However, even if you did, no one could have predicted that it would blow up this way. So let's set the scene. A high-profile event, where influencers, celebrity, drinks with reality TV, stars and unresolved drama are sure to make something explode, and boy did it ever. Rasheeda and Karlie Red were seen entering the venue together, looking flawless, wearing matching designer dresses, full of glitz, and exuding the confidence that comes when you know you're going to steal the show. Yandy and Kimbella were already inside, sitting at a VIP table, sipping cocktails, and projecting an air of complete unbotheredness. But let me tell you, the energy in the room changed the moment they did. Sources claimed that for a minute, Rasheeda and Karlie had been feeling something about Yandy and Kimbella. Business dealings, and it turns out that it was more than just petty gossip. Rumor has it that Yandy was actively attempting to steal one of Rasheeda's most important business connections, and Rasheeda was not going to let that go. Karlie, as you are all aware, has a messy past with Yandy and Kimbella. These women have been arguing for years, pretending to be friends, applying makeup, and doing shady interviews. But behind the scenes, it's been nothing but drama. It seems that Yandy had been implying that Rasheeda and Karlie weren't true friends, calling them opportunists and clout chasers. Karlie's sister wasn't going to sit back and let Yandy play in her face. Initially, it was all fake smiles and passive-aggressive small talk. But then, according to witnesses, Rasheeda and Karlie walked straight over to Yandy and Kimbella's table with their drinks in hand. At this point, however, things took a turn for the worse when Rasheeda leaned close to Yandy and whispered something in her ear, and Yandy's face changed instantly. Her eyes widened, her smile vanished, and she sat back as if she had just been slapped across the face. Kimbella leaned in to ask Yandy what was wrong, but before Yandy could even reply, Karlie put down her drink and said, "Oh, you know exactly what's wrong." Yandy stood up, her face turning bright red, and Karlie was already standing there, giving off the kind of pre-fight energy you get when someone snatches off their earrings. Rashid then said, loud enough for everyone to hear, "Why don't you tell Kimbella how you've been trying to steal my business contacts?" Yandy's mouth dropped open, and her eyes widened. The room fell silent, but Yandy wasn't about to back down, so she turned to Rasheeda and said, "You're delusional. Now you'll know Karlie doesn't play that, sis." Rasheeda instantly clapped back. "Oh honey, the screenshots say otherwise." Apparently, Karlie and Rasheeda had receipts, according to sources, and Karlie had screenshots of Yandy messaging one of Rasheeda's business associates who was attempting to undermine her deal. And the fact that Karlie had those messages locked and loaded for this instant indicates that this was a strategic attack. And that's when things went wrong. Karlie allegedly reached across the table and grabbed Yandy's drink out of her hand, and Yandy was shaken. Kimbella jumped up to defend Yandy, but Rasheeda was already moving, according to witnesses. Rasheeda grabbed Kimbella's arm and told her to stay in her lane. Kimbella pulled her arm away, and that's when Rasheeda shoved her back into the table. Yandy screamed like she was in a horror movie, and Karlie's sis was just getting started. The hashtags #KarlieRack, #RushieDivers, Sandy, #Kimbell, In Shock and Baby began trending on Twitter within minutes, and the internet wasn't holding back. One tweet stated that Yandy learned the hard way not to mess with Rasheeda's bag. Another said that Karlie Reed and our snap Yandy wasn't ready, and the memes were brutal. However, it gets even messier because sources claim that Karlie and Rasheeda weren't finished. According to someone who was there, Karlie was overheard telling Rasheeda, "This is just the beginning. Oh honey, it's only getting started because of what Rasheeda and Karlie did next. This is going to escalate the situation to a level that no one anticipated, and Yan and Kimbella will soon learn the hard way that Rasheeda and Karlie don't play games." If you thought the party was crazy, wait until you hear what happened next. That small altercation between Rasheeda, Karlie, Yandy, and Kimbella wasn't just a random outburst. It was the beginning of a full-scale conflict, and from what I'm hearing, Rama isn't keeping quiet about it. And the fallout, oh honey, it's going to get real. Let me tell you exactly what happened after security pulled Rasheeda and Karlie out of that party, because according to insiders, this was only the beginning. Here's how it happened. After Rasheeda shoved Kimbella and Karlie attempted to grab Yandy's wig, security finally intervened and separated them. Bella and Rasheeda were practically dragged to the other side of the room, and Rasheeda and Karlie were led towards the exit. But witnesses said that Rasheeda was still screaming, knowing exactly what she had done, while Karlie was laughing and declaring that she had gotten what she deserved. Yandy, on the other hand, was furious, clutching her drink, or what was left of it, and telling. Up until this point, the entire situation could have been dismissed as a miscommunication or a heated argument that went out of control. But as soon as the video went viral, the entire narrative changed. Within minutes, the clips were all over Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And when I say the internet was going crazy, I mean it was a full-on dragging session. #Karlie Snatched Yandy started trending almost immediately, followed by #RushieToAttack and #Yandy begging for help, and the tweets savage, one person wrote. Yandy truly believes she could steal Rasheeda's deal and get away with it. But this isn't LinkedIn, this is the streets, according to another person. Karlie Redd had been waiting for years to steal Yandy's wig, and now she did, and the memes were vicious. One meme showed Karlie holding Yandy's wig like a trophy with the caption, "Winner takes all." Another meme showed Kimbella looking shocked, and let's not even discuss the reactions on TikTok, where baby people were reenacting the fight and all. However, this is where things take a turn because, according to multiple sources, this was no longer just about business deals and shady remarks. According to an anonymous source, Rasheeda and Karlie had been holding on to some serious dirt about Yandy and Kimbella, and after that fight, they were ready to spill the beans. As you may know, anonymous sources are usually spot on. It was alleged that Rasheeda and Karlie were already planning to expose Yandy and Kimbella because Yandy had been scurrying behind the scenes to try to get a big endorsement deal with a fashion brand that Rasheeda was already in talks with. To get the deal, Rasheeda was allegedly trashing her behind closed doors. Rasheeda's team discovered this weeks ago, and it appears that they were already gathering evidence, including screenshots of emails from industry insiders and elite. After the party, Karlie allegedly texted, "Real time, you're wrong," because several insiders are now claiming that the brand in question has already withdrawn their offer from Yandy. And guess who they're now in talks with? Yes, Rasheeda has allegedly been attempting to change the narrative by calling everyone in her circle. But the problem is that the receipts, screenshots, leaked messages, and video of Rasheeda and Karlie driving her are all public now, and Karlie is thrilled about it. The following day, Sis went on Instagram Live saying, "I don't start drama, I finish it," and Kimbella, poor Kimbella, is caught in the middle. She has reportedly been pleading with Yandy to just let it go, but Yandy is already in too deep. According to sources, Yandy is now thinking of suing Rasheeda and Karlie for defamation. But let's face it, what exactly is she going to sue them for telling the truth? And here's the kicker. Karlie posted a mysterious Instagram story the other day that said, "You think that was bad? Oh honey, we've got more receipts, yeah. Yo, this is not over. This is about to turn into a full-on social media war." The real question though is, if Rasheeda and Karlie have more dirt, why are they holding on to it? Are they waiting for the right opportunity to drop the bombshell? Are they trying to play a longer game? Are they simply letting Yandy dig her own grave? Because let's face it, she's already lost the endorsement deal. Her reputation is already in ruins. And if Karlie and Rasheeda release more, then it's over for her. Kimbella, poor sis, is just standing there wondering how it all went so wrong. But this is far from over because, from what I've heard, Yandy is already planning her next move. And trust me, it won't be pretty. So stay tuned because when I tell you, the next chapter of the scandal will shock you. I mean, what happens next? Oh honey, you're not prepared because what happened after Rasheeda and Karlie attacked Yandy and Kimbella? Oh no, this drama has officially gotten out of hand and now everyone involved is feeling the fallout. Let's start with what happened right after the party because, according to people close to the situation, Yandy didn't waste any time trying to clean up the mess. Within hours of the incident, Yandy's team was on the phone with PR agencies and gossip blogs trying to control the narrative and spin the story. They were pushing the claim that Rasheeda and Karlie ambushed her and Kimbella, which was classic damage control. Does anyone think that the attack was totally unprovoked and that Yandy had been singled out because of her success? Because let's not forget, the receipts were already public, the screenshots were leaked, the video showed Karlie snatching Yandy's wig, and footage of Rasheeda pushing Kimbella are all over the internet and social media, and people aren't buying it. One tweet claimed that Yandy was ambushed, but we didn't see Karlie reach across the table and snatch her ball. Another person wrote, "Ambush baby, you got dragged. Just take the L and keep it moving." The memes are getting worse and worse. One of the most popular ones depicts a wig on the floor with a caption that has been removed but not forgotten. Here's where it gets even messier because Yandy's attempt to clean up the narrative backfired big time. Apparently, Yandy's team was too preoccupied with damage control to realize that Karlie and Rasheeda were already ahead of the game. Just hours after Yandy's PR statement was released, Karlie posted an Instagram story saying that she really thought she could flip the script. Cute, we've got more. Rasheeda then went live, and when I tell you, she was not holding back. She said, "Yandy want to talk about getting ambushed. No sis, you got caught. You've been talking behind my back for months trying to steal my deal. And you really thought I wasn't going to find out, honey. I have the receipts, and if you think that the party was bad, wait a little while longer." Karlie was right there in the comments, hyping Rasheeda up and telling them that they weren't ready for the next drop because yes, Karlie and Rasheeda weren't done. According to sources, they have more screenshots, messages, and dirt on Yandy, and they're waiting for the right time to release it. But first, let's talk about Kimbella, who is stuck in the midst of this mess. And from what I've heard, she is beginning to regret her loyalty to Yandy. Apparently, Kimbella had no idea that Yandy was working behind Rasheeda's back, didn't tell her about the business deal or the shady remarks she made about Rasheeda and you all. The fallout between Yandy and Kimbella is beginning to show after the party, as Kimbella unfollowed Yandy on Instagram. In the world of reality TV, that's essentially the equivalent of a public divorce. But it gets worse because after Rasheeda was left, Yandy reportedly tried to contact Kimbella, but Kimbella didn't return her calls. Then Kimbella posted a mysterious message on social media that said, "I'm loyal but not stupid few." If that's not a jab at Yandy, I don't know what it is. But this is where the stakes really get high because there are now rumors of legal action. Sources close to Yandy's team say that she is considering both criminal and civil options when it comes to suing Rasheeda and Karlie for defamation and assault. She is attempting to frame the situation as harassment and public humiliation, but good luck with that because, as far as I'm aware, snatching a wig isn't exactly illegal. As for the defamation claim, baby, the receipts, messages, screenshots, and video footage are all real. So how exactly is Yandy going to prove that Rasheeda and Karlie lied? Rasheeda and Karlie, however, are not at all concerned. In fact, Rasheeda's lawyer even released a statement stating that Rasheeda is ready to defend herself against unfounded accusations and Karlie CIS. Posted a story shortly after Yandy's legal threats were made, saying, "Girl, please don't sue someone for telling the truth." However, the biggest fallout from this entire scandal was Yandy's business reputation, because, as you may recall, the major luxury fashion company that was involved in the endorsement deal that Yandy was attempting to steal from Rasheeda officially dropped Yandy as a potential brand partner. And guess what? They're now negotiating with Rasheeda. To make matters worse, Karlie shared a photo of Rasheeda signing the contract, captioned, "We secured the bag, honestly, oop." Not to mention the Love and Hip Hop producers are already all over this story. Insiders are claiming that they've already planned to sit down with all four women to discuss it on camera, but you already know that won't work out. One insider even stated that it's not a question of whether they will fight again, but rather when, and to be honest, I think it's because, let's face it, Yandy isn't going to let this go. She may have lost the endorsement deal, and her reputation may be in jeopardy. But if you think she's going to sit back and let Rasheeda and Karlie win, you're mistaken. From what I've heard, Yandy is already planning her next move, and she intends to reveal some secrets about Rasheeda because, remember, she and Rasheeda were once friends. Now that you have all the facts, I want to know what you think about this messy situation. Do you think Yandy was actually trying to steal Rasheeda's business deal? Or is this just a misunderstanding that went too far? What about Karlie? Was she justified in stealing Yandy's wig, or did she go too far? Let's face it, we've seen Karlie get messy before. And what about Yandy? Will she retaliate with her own receipts, or will Rasheeda and Karlie drop another bombshell that ends Yandy's career forever? However, this was the next level. And let's not forget about Kimbella. After everything that happened, is she right to start separating from Yandy, or should she stick by her girl no matter what? From what I can tell, it looks like Kimbella may be ready to pick a side, and honestly, it's not looking good for Yandy. And let's not forget about Rasheeda's boss move. Not only did she get the deal Yandy was trying to steal, but she left this mess looking victorious. But the real question is, will Rasheeda still win if Yandy retaliates with her own receipts? Or is Yandy going to reveal something that could ruin Rasheeda's reputation completely? Please leave your thoughts in the comment section below, as I would like to know what you all think about this. Who do you think is at fault here, Rasheeda or Yandy? Do you think Karlie went too far? Or was Yandy asking for it? Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and enable post notifications because, believe me, this drama is far from over. Stay tuned because the next chapter of the scandal is going to be even more crazy.